Friends, good evening. My name is Dr. Priyaranjan Trivedi. I am speaking from New Delhi, India. Friends, today is 1st October 2022. You are aware that 1st October has been designated by the United Nations as the International Day of Older Persons. It is also called the International Day for the Elderly. The idea is to remember all those persons who are senior citizens, who are aged. Those who are more than 60 and people live up to about 100 years. So all those who are between 60 and 100, they all come under elderly persons. This day was designated first time through the General Council of United Nations in the year 1990 through a resolution, and since then we have been having this day observed every year. So far we are concerned, we are observing it since 1991, and every year we make it a point that we promote the cause of elderly care everywhere, not only in India but in the rest of the world also. You are aware that there are many aspects of geriatric care, because the care for the elderly is known as geriatric care. Every year there is a theme. This year's theme is resilience of older persons in the changing world. It means how do we feel that elderly persons will have a better resilience, better immunity, and be more elastic and flexible is the theme this year. So we'll also elaborate on this theme besides the introductory aspects of geriatric care. Friends, geriatric care means care for the elderly. Simple matter. Now we have to see that their all problems get solved immediately. Otherwise they will be stressful, which is as bad for the elderly people. Now we have to also see as to how to really help them. There are many aspects. One aspect is to also have the competent cadre of young professionals who will be helping the elderly person. And why there is need of cadre? There was no cadre in India, but in the rest of the world this has been there for the last 100 years. Now, because of the improvement of medicine and drugs and the availability of funds for the health budget in India and in other parts of Asia, we are seeing that elderly persons live up to a longer age. There was a time when people used to die at the age of 60, 65, 70. Now it goes to 80, 90, even 100. Thanks to the modern as well as the ancient medical science, which are being used for the welfare of all the elderly persons. Now, for having a good cadre, we have to tell them about all the aspects of geriatric care, which is not only important for the trainees to learn, for the trainers to learn, also for the government to learn, also for the elderly persons to understand different aspects of elderly care. To my mind, first is the gerontology, the art and science of having the appropriate technology implemented for the elderly people is gerontology. Then the other aspect is geriatric sociology. Then other aspect is geriatric psychology, geriatric counseling, geriatric entertainment, geriatric worship, then geriatric housing, geriatric rights. We also have to see about geriatric medicine, geriatric nursing. So for geriatric care, all these different aspects are to be known. So for this matter, we have decided that this topic of geriatric care will be discussed and researched as far as possible. For that matter, we have great pleasure in informing each and every citizenry of the world that from today onwards, we are starting a new channel, YouTube channel. Name of the channel is Weltanschauung channel. You know, Weltanschauung is a German word adopted in English language also, and the meaning is world view. We have to have a world view. We have to have a Weltanschauung which can be sustained by our Mother Earth. So, friends, that is very important that somehow we understand the Weltanschauung and we try to look at the critical path to reach the milestone of success. So far, Weltanschauung is concerned, and for that matter, the first video talk is on the occasion of the Geriatric Day, that is the Elderly Day. So, thanks to the elderly people who are going to be benefited in a big way, because this channel will also discuss many aspects of geriatric care. And in addition to that, all the contemporary issues like unemployment, or for that matter, insurgency or peacelessness, or the right type of education system required, or for that matter, rural and urban entrepreneurship, or pollution and its control, as well as the population explosion. All these aspects which are being seen in the world will be discussed at length, and proper appropriate answer will be also given. So that is the idea of this channel. Now coming back to geriatric care, I told you all these aspects of geriatric care. Besides that, we have to also see that somehow the elderly people understand the support services available to them. In this connection, very important is the role of government, central government or federal government or state government or provincial government regarding the support to be given to the elderly people on a continuing basis. That is one. Now, number two is the security services to be given to them. The role of policing, the police personnel, and then the police community, how shall they help and cooperate with the geriatric people, the elderly people, is very important. Again, we have to also ensure that the local resident welfare associations, wherever one lives, there is a colony and there are resident welfare associations, they have to really ensure security and the counseling and the guidance and the elderly people's association, so that they are united. Once they live in a geriatric home, that is different. There is no problem because everything is provided under one roof. But otherwise, if there is at the private house or individual houses, almost every family will have an elderly person. So if they meet in the morning and evening for a few minutes, they will have proper entertainment. That is important. Next is the geriatric, entertainment. Supposing you are having some indoor game. Indoor game for elderly persons or outdoor game will be different. Will not be like young persons. Otherwise, they can't survive. So that is entertainment. Now, geriatric worship. Younger persons, they have puja or worship or meditation for a longer time because they can sustain that stress for de-stressing themselves. But so far the elderly persons are concerned, they will be having this in a different way altogether. So geriatric worship, geriatric entertainment, then geriatric rights. They have to know what are their rights and what are the duties. Duties they understand, but rights they must know, because from time to time the government keeps on changing policies to be implemented by them for the elderly people. So as soon as it is done, duty of the government to also inform the elderly people, duty of the civil society to inform them, duty of the family members who are their guardians in a way, the younger persons, so their role is also very important. Now, by doing all this, it will be quite feasible because there was a time when the population of elderly people used to be very less because of the unavailability of medicines and the hygiene and sanitation, etc. Now that it is growing, it is a fitness of things that we think of a cadre to help them, and at the same time, the intellectual property they have, they do not want to keep with themselves before they die. it is their duty also to transfer the technology so that there is no duplication of effort. A scientist or expert of any subject has some technology, has some know-how in the mind, and then they leave the world. It is a big loss to the country and the world. It is in fitness of things that their intellectual property is transferred to the other agency, other person, or other family, or within the family, so that it is restored and it is used further for optimization of the available resources. So friends, on this day, we remember all the elderly persons and we assure them of our fullest cooperation as we have the new courses established and launched in different universities under the umbrella of the Confederation of Indian Universities, where I am the president. So as the president of Confederation of Indian Universities, my duty is to also see that the courses, training programs, formal and non-formal, informal and virtual programs are conducted at certificate, diploma, postgraduate diploma, post-diploma, bachelor's, master's and doctoral degrees in the area of geriatric care and allied activities. Only then it is possible to achieve our milestone by throwing into a new environment with full of zeal and enthusiasm, so that the world citizenry and the Indian citizenry could use our knowledge to the fullest extent of our abilities. So far, care for the elderly is concerned. With these words, I thank you for your time, and I am sure a time is going to come very soon that the problems of the elderly persons will be over. I thank you very much, and may peace prevail on this Mother Earth. Let the elderly people be fully satisfied. Thank you.